Hey guys, it's Cauliflower, and today I am having sort of a day. Today, I decided I was going to record some videos, and then I started to get a little tripped up because it's been probably not even longer than a week that I've shot a video, but yet I feel so uncomfortable. And I know the reason behind it, and it's basically because there was so much going on that I just had to sit down and do an actual Choly chats, because if I don't do this, if I don't get this out of my system, I'm never going to be able to move on and to do videos the way I would normally. I guess I can characterize it as somewhat normal because I'm not really on a schedule or anything of that magnitude, but I just have been having a real struggle with YouTube lately. I've been having a lot of just kind of taking it back, where I haven't really been filming a lot. I haven't been really wanting to do a lot of videos because I just feel like YouTube has come to a point where it's either sink or swim. And sometimes I feel like I'm just hanging on for dear life with the current pulling me under and really wanting to just have me drown. So today I decided that I was just going to vent out a bunch of different things in no particular order. It's just stuff that's shooting off the top of my head, but a lot of it has to do with the reason why I haven't been uploading and why I haven't been really, I haven't really been very active on my channel thus far as I used to be. And I think actually in the last year or so, it's kind of been at a snail's pace with me because I have not been doing a lot of the videos that I normally would do, or I have been transitioning into trying new things, but it's just not clicking. And so I decided today I'm just going to sit down, wear my damn ripped jeans, and have a little bit of a discussion with you guys, and maybe hopefully come to some sort of a cathartic area where I can go back into my normal state of mind and shoot regular videos again. So let's start off with the fact that YouTube lately, as a viewer, has become sort of a very strange place to be. I do a lot more viewing these days than I do creating, so I've been sitting back and watching a lot of the things that have been going on. Of course, the things that have been talked about ad nauseum everywhere on YouTube, some of the just the dramas and some of the recent events and things like that. And I will comment on those things, but I didn't want to make specific videos about them. And in the past, I normally would do that. I normally would sit down and make videos at length talking about certain things or how I felt about certain things that were going on. So this is actually just me collectively wanting to say a few things. Let's start with, at the end of December, I guess towards Christmas, there was a controversy between the drama channel of John Kukian and Peter Mon, another drama channel, which I'm sure everybody knows this by now. John Kukian put out a video talking about Peter Mon being a pedophile. And I just want to say this because as a viewer, sometimes we feel almost guilty to admit that we watch certain people when certain things happen. And I'm one of those people. I have been subscribed to John Kukian for probably over a year now. I really liked him when I first started watching him. I praised him on my channel. I talked about him, here and there, not in length, but I really was attracted to his personality. And before you guys jump all over me and say about, how much of a heel he is, just hear me out. Perception is a funny thing. When you first watch somebody for a couple of months or even into a year, you're not even certain just who they are genuinely. You just see this personality and you like certain things that they give off to you, and then you kind of just move on. And that was me. I wasn't so involved in who John Kukian was and what he represented. I knew he had a drama channel. I knew he was different. I knew he was, at the beginning, kind of talking very differently than any other drama channel was talking, kind of like diverting with talking about being a scientist and creating things and having a side business of, the candy molds he was making on Amazon, that kind of a thing. So not to get so deeply into what kind of a channel he turned out to be, but along the lines of the way I felt about Karina when I was first introduced to her, and I loved her channel and I loved her content and I loved her as a person. And I think deep down I still like her as a person. I just don't agree with what she's done. So let's get back to the John Kukian situation. And even though we as a society, we condone certain channels by viewing into them and we watch what they do, that does not mean that we buy into everything that they represent. And for me, it was a huge disappointment to see what John Kukian turned into and what he decided to do to Peter Mon. And, you know, it's not a shock to me because this is what drama channels have been representing for a good part of since I've noticed it. And this is not only starting in 2017, it started earlier than that. It started in 2015, it went on in 2016 and just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And the drama channel community has grown bigger and bigger. And unfortunately now what they're actually now realizing that it's come to bite them in the ass. That when you go too far, when you push the envelope, when you try to defame someone's character, or you're really just hitting below the belt to the point of just, there was no necessity for it. I think it's come to a point where people don't know how to feel about drama channels anymore. They don't know how to feel if it's really for entertainment purposes or if it's really for character assassination or if it's really just because YouTube has changed so much and that we all need new ways to get views. So therefore we have to become more interesting to the general public. And it makes me very sad. And the whole John Kukian thing made me very, very sad. And as a viewer, as a creator, as a human being, I thought what he did was absolutely appalling. And my only thing is, I don't like to jump on the hate campaign. I don't think that it is useful to jump on a hate campaign to another person. In fact, I think it's very ineffective. And if it's truly something that is a mental situation, if it's something in regards to being not mentally healthy or something going on, and I'm not making excuses, I'm just stating that if these are possibilities of why, I don't think that it's fair to also drag that person for doing the wrong thing. I think we're only guilty of doing the same things that that person has done. We're now doing it to somebody else, taking the attention off of the person that it became about to begin with. And, you know, I'm not sitting here advocating for Peter Mon either. I like Peter Mon as a person. I think what Peter Mon represents, or he tries to represent, is a very positive thing. You know, by being the person that he is, not because of his channel. His personality is very likable, but I don't like some things he has said on his channel. I don't like some things he's done on his channel, and I've seen a lot of change in Peter Mon, and I think this specific situation has changed him as well, and I think it's for the better, not for the worse. But he's also a drama channel. I mean, let's call a spade, and not saying that it was right for what John Kukian did, but Peter Mon is also in the position that he was also doing videos on other people and not defaming their character, maybe not to that extent, but it just unfortunately comes to a point where you say, when is enough enough? When do we realize as a society that bringing people down, no matter if it's for entertainment, no matter if it's for exposing them, for informing people, or for just for the fact that we're venting, even like me venting right now. Is this going to help anybody? Probably not. This is basically for my need, and I think that's where sometimes we go and extend it a little too far. This thing of sharing on social media has gotten to the point where people feel it necessary to share every thought, every move, every feeling, every crack, every nook and cranny in their day. And it's become such a thing that if you're not doing that, you're not popular, or you're not interesting, or you're not relevant enough. And this is where I've drawn back. In 2016, I fell in a YouTube hole, and I got very, very involved in a lot of drama and a lot of different things, and I pulled it onto my channel, and I'm not going to go over it again. It's dead news. It's been, you know, it's been talked about, but just stating as a fact of immersing yourself too much in sharing everything about yourself. And the sad part is before all of that, before 2016, I loved doing videos. I love sharing with you guys. I love sharing my life with you guys, my friends, my daughter, vlogging, just doing stuff in my daily life. And I enjoyed it. It kept me busy at a time I wasn't busy. YouTube kept me going, so to speak. It motivated me to do different things, even though I wasn't doing anything in the world. So I had a paradox because I was struggling and at the same time I wanted to keep going. So 2016, I kind of went down. And what I ended up doing is learning valuable lessons about people, about myself, about YouTube in general. And then I slowly just shifted my perception and I continued to just try to do the things I used to do when I first started. And as 2017 wound up and kind of ended, it sort of just put me in a different place. And the place that I'm in is I feel drawn back. I feel withdrawn. I feel that we didn't learn anything toward the end of 2017 because what did 2017 start with? But it started with another huge controversy, not just a little one, but a huge one in the Logan Paul situation. This one hit home more than any other drama channel video or scandal or fight could have, because this one now focused on something that should never be joked about, that should never be exposed in this manner. And really, I don't understand the general public. I don't understand how people that make videos like this are deemed entertainment. How is this entertaining you? I really wish that people can be constructive instead of just being nasty, and instead of attacking a person, asking legitimate questions. I really would love to know if you guys can comment below how this is entertainment. We are poisoning the minds of our youth. I mean, I'm going to talk as a mother now. We are poisoning their minds. If this is what we deem as entertainment, if we're condoning this, not only as YouTubers, but as parents, what are we saying to our children? That this is okay. This is something that we as parents condone. And we, again, have a responsibility. And I talked about this in a video I've made a couple of months ago. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to contain certain things that happen in our world. Certain things that we are sitting back and allowing to happen. Certain things that we're allowing our children to watch, ourselves to watch, and sitting back and doing nothing about it. And it's come to the point where if a person is able to go into something that is a sacred place and turn it into a spectacle, and other people are not only just sitting there and condoning it, but they're continuing to subscribe to it. And I gotta tell you guys that this is such a big letdown. And to be somebody on YouTube sharing the same space with people who do this is very difficult. Because number one, I'm not an advocate for people joking about mental illness or somebody taking their own life, no matter what it's about. It's a serious, serious issue. It should never be joked about. It should never be exposed in a way where somebody who privately obviously went to a forest to do this, not that I condone that either, but is this something you would want your children to do to other people? Is this something you want your children to pick up in the future and say, oh, if Logan Paul can do it, I can do it. If Jake Paul can do it, I can do it. It's just so disappointing that this is what we started off our year on. And we've already ended our year with such horrific things in the world. We suffered in 2017. Our entire world suffered. We suffered with natural disasters. We suffered with our president being, don't even go into it, what our president represents. We suffered with so many hardships and so many people suffering in the world and so many people losing their houses, their homes, their shelters, everything. And in 2018, we continue to do the same things we all talked about we wanted to change in 2017? What are we representing in a society if our social media does nothing but hone in on destroying people, exposing people, hurting people? What are we gaining? And it's not just one community, it's across the board. So when I sit down to want to do a video, my mind is not clear. My mind is sitting there thinking about all of the videos that have been coming out recently, whether you're in the beauty community, in the drama community, in any community, because it's affecting us all. The last thing that I want is to make another video honing in on destroying somebody because of what they've done. But all I'm saying is, for me personally, is it is an affecting, almost coming to a point where it is making me feel like I want to crawl into a hole and not come out of it. And that shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this way. YouTube needs to wake up. YouTube needs to make this a safer place for everyone here that wants to bring positivity back to social media. YouTube needs to pay more attention and stop making excuses and stop saying we have so many problems and so many complaints. You have so many problems and so many complaints because you sit there on your laurels and you gain your money and you do absolutely nothing to help the people behind those screens that are trying to push for positive content. You do nothing. And therefore, the rest of us that are trying, whether we're large channels, medium channels, small channels, menial channels, channels that just started, it doesn't matter. We're being ignored. We're being told that our voices, even though we bring something to the YouTube spectrum, we bring something to the table, we bring something to people that watch us, are told basically that we have no opinion, we have no say in the matter, because you're not relevant enough. You're not scoring enough on the algorithms. You're not making us money. And that's the state of YouTube. So, if I'm to continue, and I will continue, I shift my perception. I hone it in on the people that choose to want to watch somebody who's been here for 6 years, and maybe I'll never grow. And maybe I'll just stay at 5,000 subscribers, which to me is a really big achievement in the last 6 years. Maybe not to the YouTube world. But for me, I don't want to condone nor negate what people do. But I also don't want to sit by and idly say that it's okay for the rest of us to feel that we can't speak or we can't continue our content because we're so barred down with negative content that we don't know if it's okay for us to do these things. And to you, I say, continue. Continue. There are so many great people that make videos out there. There are so many people that are sitting in doubt, just like me. There are so many people that feel the way they're doing things on their channel, that they're wrong for doing them because of the way other people have made things for YouTube. And I say to you, don't do that. Don't sit there and complain that you're not making enough money on YouTube. Don't sit there and bitch and whine and complain that you're not more paid attention to because you're feeding into exactly what I'm talking about. The ones that bust their ass, the ones that are doing this not only for themselves, but for their families or for the benefit of helping people, are the ones that I continuously will always support and always try to be a part of. The Samantha Marches, the Nikki Murphys, the Jen Loves Reviews. Those people are solidly great channels. And there are a ton more. And the smaller channels, the very small channels, the channels that are just out there just to make you just laugh or make you love makeup or make you love art or make you love music or make you love whatever, the positive things. Those are the channels that I want to pay more attention to, and you should too. YouTube needs to uplift, not downgrade. And it's been a huge downgrade since 2016, even further in 2017. And I don't want it to continue. I'm tripping on my words in 2018. I love to talk. I love to share, but I've been so pushed down over the course of the last 2 years for everything I've said, for things I've given opinions on, for trying to reach out, for trying to make sense of things when people didn't want to hear it. It's 2018, and at this point, I'm not concerned with what people want to hear. What people should hear is more positive. What I'm asking is for you, that person sitting here watching this, that person that's also a content creator, that person that also wants to give back to the world in a more positive way. Just do it. Fight through all of this other stuff around us, because this other stuff around us is not going to get any better as long as there's an audience. And that's basically the responsibility of every individual that chooses to watch it, including me. Including me, who sits back as a viewer every now and again and watches the drama channels just to see what's going on. I'm feeding into it too. But at the same time, I'm also seeing what people are bringing to the table. And some of these drama channels have some really good people. Okay? Just like the beauty community have really great people. We don't have to continuously always talk about the same people who do the same things and are going to continuously do the same things. We can bring differences into the beauty community, into any community, if we stop honing in on the same things over and over and over again, and not worry about the trend or what looks good or what's the best way because this person did it. We need to be the trend. We need to start our own dignified trend, making ourselves look better and not worse. That's it for me, guys. I just wanted to just kind of hone in on my whole full spectrum of how I feel about YouTube these days, and just I don't want to go on this crusade of, trying to bring everybody together and kumbaya and everybody's going to be happy now. But I just wanted to put it out there that we all can make a better difference. I tried changing my perception in 2017 and it worked for me. And even though I struggle, I still am going to maintain switching my perception, keeping an open mind, and looking at things differently, and trying to just, even though it's hard, to just get through the murk and the fog and see brighter days. And I hope that you can too. And I hope this video just brought you some enlightenment, or even if it's just something you want to comment on, if you guys want to discuss it further in the comments, that would be great. I really appreciate feedback, and I really do miss you guys. And I do promise that more videos will be coming very soon. And I will see you next time. Bye.